Hi, this is Jeff French with Chess Tech for You. I'm going to talk about using the Windows apps like Fritz, ChessBase, Shredder, even Chessmaster, while using an electronic board. In this case, I use the EVO for the demonstrations. Really, the only difference between using the EVO and the other chestnut boards or even other manufacturer boards is the EVO you connect through a Wi-Fi connection, where the other ones are Bluetooth LE. So there's a little difference. It kind of looks almost identical regardless of which driver you're using, because the programmer, made them all the same, so they're consistent across the different drivers. But just so you know, it may be a little bit different. I think even on the Chestnut Go, well, not the Go, but the Air and the Pro, since you can connect using USB, those drivers also support connecting directly from the USB cable without having to go wireless. So, and it's just an option when you connect the driver. It's pretty self-explanatory. There is a user interface as part of the driver when you do the connection, so it should be evident what you need to do. Uh, so. Uh, so on the EVO, we do have to be in the Windows socket screen or the Chestnut socket screen. This will allow it to listen on the port it needs to, and it allows it to connect. So I got that set up now. I'm going to go over to a Windows laptop. I just wanted to show you, the drivers I'm talking about. It's something called Grams Programs. It's under the chess programs portion of that, and I'll include the link in the video when I put it up on YouTube. But anyhow, as part of that, there's the chestnut drivers, and he talks about using them a little bit and how the whole thing happened, and be careful of antivirus programs and stuff like that. And then it has a whole bunch of drivers, depending on which electronic chessboard you have. And he does support quite a few different drivers or different keyboards with these drivers. If you have multiple, you can download multiple. You can have one active at a time, and that's okay. It works, and it actually works pretty well. So anyhow, I just thought I'd show you that real quick. Let's go ahead and kick off Fritz here real quick and see if we can actually get a game going. I have another program that I have a batch file set up for Fritz. You won't typically see that first window that came up. And it's to allow you to practice, using a score sheet. It's digital version of it where you actually have to type in, the moves after you've moved them, and pretend to hit a clock and that kind of stuff. And just gets you used to the process of playing over the board. So, and that's available. I don't know if I put it out there on the Chess Tech for You Facebook page yet or not, but if I haven't, I will try to make a point to doing that. So let's just pick one of our players here, start a new game. To actually enable the driver, you actually have to go over to the board settings and see this DGT board checkbox. You need to basically connect to it, and for whatever reason, I am unable to connect right now. So let me get that fixed. And this is actually kind of good, um, because you get to see, what the process is for, getting that to work. It might be because I have that VNC running. Um, Let me see if I turn that off here real quick. If I turn that off, come on, let me connect. Let me click. So let me see if I can, actually get to that. Let's just stop that for a second. All right, so you're gonna not see that anymore there. And let me. It's interesting. It just took the window and made it. Let me see if it allows me to connect now. No, it's still not allowing me to connect. So what I get to do is reboot the EVO. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to restart it. You're not going to see much of anything here for a second. going to go ahead and shut that down here real quick too. It's just the window. So I might just have a little bit too much going on between the Wi-Fi modes and stuff like that. I might have to switch to a different board so it's using Bluetooth so you can see this in work. So, but I'm going to try. Just give me a second. And this is the kind of thing you have to do sometimes, unfortunately. So I'm going to turn back on the VNC server. And I don't know, it may be, confused because I got both of them running at the same time. So let's go back to the socket. Let's see if I can connect first of all to the EVO now. Yes, okay. And yeah, I'll show you that to you here in just a second. And as you can see, it actually did connect. You can see that there, but I am going to bring up and connect to the EVO through the where's my window capture? What's going on, baby? That's the EVO. All right. So this is the bell. And yet the EVO is not showing up properly. Do that. There we go. All right. So let's go back over and do a capture on that. Let's see if we can actually start up a game here and say, okay. Now let's just see if by chance, if I make a move on the EVO, if it actually sees it. So let's click back to the EVO window. Turn that off real quick. Let's just see what happens. Well, that's working. All right, so that's good. So let's go over to and you can see, let's go, we don't have to see that. You can see that, it made a move. And if I go back over to the EVO window again, you can actually see the board on the screen, and you can see on the board that it's lit up. So now I'm playing against Fritz on my EVO. And again, you probably won't have as many problems as I am because I'm using two different Wi-Fi applications to communicate between the desktop and the EVO. As a matter of fact, right now, it's another laptop that's actually showing the windows to me, and it's actually recording this video. So it's a little odd. But anyhow, let's continue to just move on. And as you can see, the screen, for Fritz is actually behind me. I don't even have to look at it. I can, look at the screen on the EVO to see, that it's, what the current position is, and I'm just going to continue, keep playing here just for a second, just so you can see how it works. And if I go over, back over to the desktop, you can see that, it's sitting here playing just as if I was, sitting at that particular laptop and, moving the pieces on the board. And, but I don't even have to really look at it because I can see the screen, and I'll just go ahead, continue my moves here, and this is a typical Roy Lopez, opening. So let's go ahead and do that just for fun. Yeah, kind of expected, right? Get a little protection for the bishop there, so I can move it back if I wanted to. Anyhow, and I could sit here and play this entire game, connected to the EVO, to my the EVO, the Windows application through that EVO driver is connected using, the Fritz application. And I could do this in ChessBase too. It's the It's the same driver for both of them. And, I could sit here and play until I'm blue in the face, right? So let's go back over and let's go ahead and turn off the driver. Okay. And if you look at the EVO now, I'm going to go ahead so you can see what's going on. Go back over. The screen's blank. There's no connectivity. If there was a board there, then you're connected. If not, something's gone terribly wrong. And I had a situation earlier before I started this video where I was connected. It was making the move, but this board wasn't showing up and no LEDs were showing. So sometimes going through a reboot, getting things reconnected, that kind of thing is just something you just have to do. So anyhow. So that was Fritz. Let's take a quick look. Shredder isn't really too much different. It works, fine. Go ahead and get things reset back up here again. You can watch me if you want to, I guess. Yeah, I guess you already are, because I turned off the... So I'm basically just getting the board set back up. So let's give a Chessmaster a try just here real quick, because it is a little different. It actually uses a Winboard driver for... and let me just show you that here real quick, I think. No. Maybe I don't even have to do anything. It's just automatically there. Yeah, well, let's give it a try. Let's bring up the Chessmaster and see what happens. So understand, I have started up, let you see this, close down, Fritz. I'm bringing back up Chessmaster. And it's, the typical, old version Chessmaster Grandmaster edition. I think it's the last version that came out. It is not fast by any sense, or this laptop is actually kind of a dog of a laptop. I just use it for, chess stuff sometimes. And let's just go into training mode. I got a kind of a neat setup set up here. So in Chessmaster, it's going to be different for every single program. You basically have to set up a game against two different engines, okay? And, well, I guess if there's somebody sitting across the screen, but right now I have it set up of a TC who is a personality under Chessmaster. He's rated 1701, and then it's just me. So I'm going to change that just a little bit. I'm going to change that to a driver-based, right? And I have all the different drivers set up under this too. So I'm going to use the Chestnut EVO. I'm going to say OK. All right. And it's going to come up and it's going to connect. Okay. And if I go over and look at the EVO here real quick, as you can see, it thinks it's connected. There's a chessboard there. Okay. Let's go back over to the desktop. It's waiting for me to continue on. And I am basically ready to start playing on the EVO. So let's go ahead and show you the EVO. Let's go ahead and make a move. All right. And I just made a move. And, Chessmaster has already started off, making a move. And I can continue the game just as if, I was playing, also under Fritz. And again, this is an older, application that is, connected to the EVO. There's not a whole lot of difference, playing normally. You're the brains of the driver in this particular instance. Okay, so that's how it works. It's got the Winboard driver sitting there. You're doing a driver-to-driver game. But what you are doing is you are the brains of one of those drivers, and the other one is the Chestnut personality that you would be playing. So anyhow, and that's you know, there isn't much else to it. And again, this is one of those drivers that you can go and get and install, and it works. And I think, as long as you pick when you do the install of the driver, I don't think it matters, you know, which one. And there's documentation for all of this. It will tell you exactly what you need uh, and where to put it and that kind of stuff. And, he's very good about providing detailed instructions on, you know, setting up these different drivers. So, and as you can see, it does in fact work pretty well. And sometimes you got to sit here and wait for the next move from Chessmaster, and he's sitting here thinking about it. If I go back over to the, it's not that anything is wrong. It's just sitting here. He's waiting. He's looking at the. If you look at the clock for TC up at the top there, unfortunately my mouse isn't being captured there, so which is interesting, but it doesn't matter as long as you can see it. And waiting for him to make a move, and when he does, the board will light up with the move, and we'll be ready to continue our game. And that is really it. This is, again, this is the EVO. Maybe at some point I'll show you something similar on a Go or an Air or something like that, just to give you an idea. But what I have chosen for the different boards under Chessmaster, you can set up your own. It doesn't really matter. It has nothing to do with the communication between the EVO and the Chessmaster application. So in order to stop the driver in this case, I need to set up a game again. I need to go back over to me. Okay. So now I shouldn't be connected anymore. I'm going to close down. But, and I might have to do something weird here. So he will eventually disconnect. So anyhow, and it looks like he thinks he's still connected over here, but I don't know if that's true or not. Let's try connecting to something else. Maybe we'll go to Shredder. Shredder, again, it's very similar in usage and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and go to Shredder. Oh, before I go to Shredder, let's go ahead and bring up the Shredder driver app. And there's multiple of them, as you can see. Let's see what it thinks I have this set up as. It's not responding yet, but hold on, give it a second. Okay. I'm actually set up for the Square Off Pro under Shredder. So let's load the Chestnut EVO driver for Shredder. I just did. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into Shredder. And I think you go into extras. Let's do a new game. And it's not fast by any sense. Can I do a new game? Hello? Okay, start. All right. All right. So I think you go into extras. Maybe not. Is there a mode? External board. Okay, so under mode, external board, and you click the DGT board. Okay, just like you did under Fritz. I've started up, the driver. It saw it. If I go over to the EVO, he's set up to play a new game. And again, I very simply just make a move, and Shredder will make additional moves. So he will continue to play just as if. Yeah. Let me go ahead and show you the desktop of that, and see, I'm sitting here playing just as if I was, playing against Shredder, sitting in front of the laptop over there, which again is right behind me. If I turn around, I can see the screen, but I'm not even really looking at it. But I don't need to because I'm sitting here playing, Shredder on the EVO. So let's go ahead and show you that again. And where am I? I think I'm waiting for a move. Yeah, I am. The clock is ticking down. So if I show you that, you can see the clock. He's going good. Anyhow, so that's Shredder. So if I want to turn off the driver again, I go over to mode, external load, and I check it. And now all of a sudden, if I go over to the EVO, unlike the Chessmaster driver, and depending on the which driver you're using, it may be impossible to do some of the things that it needs to do because just as soon as you change it doesn't have any idea that it's not using the driver anymore. The driver's disconnected, and it couldn't, reset the board on the EVO, which is fine. It works, and it didn't have any effect. I could still connect through Shredder, and everything, got reset fine the way it was. So, anyhow, so that's using the window apps while connected to the EVO through the sockets. And again, all you really have to do to get there is go up into the hamburger menu and load sockets. So that is pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I'll give you an email address. You can contact me on my Chess Tech for You Facebook page through Messenger. Available if you need any assistance. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and that we'll call it good. Thanks.